up, everybody? Welcome to Flagrant 2, no easy buckets analysis by assholes, water cooler commentary for your sports needs. We got to say RIP right now, RIP to someone that most of you guys probably do not know, but a comedian friend of mine, a kind of legend in the New York comedy circuit, a guy named William Stevenson. Mm-hmm. If you ever watched the show at the Comedy Cellar, he was one of the regular hosts at the Cellar. Older guy, very relaxed, slow tone, kind of big belly, one of those like big kind of hard bellies that old people tend to get. And he passed. I'm not even sure what he passed, but a buddy of mine, Mike Feeney, some of you guys might recognize him from the Inside Jokes episodes we've had up. He basically reached out to me and he said that William Stevenson passed. I saw comics start to post about it, and it's sad, man. It is it's a sad thing that he got, he I don't know what he had. I know he was older, but he had such an interesting story, and I'm going to talk to some people and see if I can get it out. But he was like homeless, and he wrote like a memoir about his homelessness in New York. Right. And I think he was originally from Detroit, and they like moved here. And he showed me an excerpt of it once. I think I was one of the few people, and it was like really cool. And he was just talking about the homelessness and what he would do to like pass the time during the day, right. And like it was really fascinating. And that's kind of how he got into comedy. He would do comedy in the park as entertainment in the same way people juggle and they like jump over shit, etc. And that's how he did it. And if you actually saw him, do it live, his style was kind of like influenced by that a little bit. It was anyway. But yeah, so R.I.P. Let's send some good vibes out there to William Stevenson and his people. And
he was doing stand up till he passed. It's not bad.
That is
doing what you love till you die.
Yeah, I thought about that a lot. Like, I recognize that as I get older, basketball is just something that's going to become progressively less fun to play. Right. Because my competitiveness will not adjust. Right. So I can't do the shit I used to be able to do. Right. But I still am as competitive as I used to be. Right. But one of the beautiful things about stand-up is you can be competitive in this shit until you fucking go. Right. Like Don Rickles was performing with like a walker until he died. Like
that is the gift of this thing.
I mean, I think Pryor was even on stage like while his body was starting to give up with what do you have?
I don't remember.
Didn't he have one of those diseases?
Yeah, it's something. I don't remember.
That like ALS or some shit like that?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'll take your word for it. Anyway,
so it's one of those things where you can like continue.
And that's not bad. Doing what you love until you go.
I mean, that's the goal.
Yeah.
Truly.
So we're going to look at this very sadly, but there is that silver lining.
Yeah, you don't have to look at shit sad. Yeah. That's what I realized. And this was from actually hanging out with Duval. It's like life is about perspective, man. Right. It's just like shit is going to fucking happen. Right. Whether you like it or not, shit happens. Right. Earthquakes are going to happen. Right. The way you think about anything is not going to change the world around you. Right. You're very insignificant to how the world around you functions. Right. How you respond to those things is what makes your life joyful or miserable. If you choose to look at an uncomfortable situation and have joy in it, you'll have a joyful life. Right. If you choose to look at an uncomfortable situation and have misery, you'll live a miserable life. The situation is not going to change. Yes. That you stubbing your toe, you fucking falling, you tearing your ACL.
Your attitude is everything.
Attitude is literally, and again, this is something that like you can tell somebody and it's going to mean nothing. It goes in one ear, right out the fucking other. Most people cannot learn from being told. They have to learn from seeing. Right. They have to learn from like feeling and observing the success. Yeah. Right? Like Gary Vee can talk till he's blue in the face about being successful. Right. What motivates people more than anything is just seeing that he's a millionaire. Right. It's not the words. They're like, well, if he's a millionaire.
That's what Duval said, right? Show him.
Exactly.
Lead by showing him.
Just show.
Yeah.
Show. It's like, it's changed. I mean, it's changed my perspective on so many things because of it, but like the power of show, man. Right. So these things are going to happen. That's what I try to think about, like with every single thing, like even with my pops losing his memory. Yeah. Like unbeknownst to me, I had a positive spin on that.
Which was what?
He's not depressed.
It's true.
Like maybe when he remembered things every single day, like what he had to do and all these different things that could possibly be like
He's
holding
free
him
now.
down. In a weird way, it's free. And this is just like how my brain gravitated to interpreting it.
Right.
But like there's the selfish part of me. It's like, oh, I'd love to have a nuanced discussion about what happened today and, you know, what happens in current politics and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I'm not with my dad every single day.
Right. Yeah. Your dad is with your dad.
My dad is with my dad every single day. And if he's happier reading the same 15 pages of the same book,
right.
I've been looking at this book next to his fucking bedside table. Okay?
Shit is memento.
Fam, the marker is on page 150. It's been there for fucking 3 years. It's like, well, and I can't, like, you know, part of me wants to be like, don't you want to know what happens? I almost want to just read it for him and then one day tell him what happens just so he knows. Like,
he'll forget the next day anyway. What's the point?
He's been reading his Abraham Lincoln, and I was like, he dies at the end, fam. I don't know what to tell you, Pops.
I can tell you where it happens, who done it.
Okay.
I can tell you all that shit.
Lincoln had no memory of what happened. His memory was all over his wife. So, but at the same time, that's so selfish.
Yes.
He seems happier now than he was before.
I remember there's another comic. You remember Ruben, when Ruben passed? Ruben Mehta?
Yes.
So
oh
Ruben,
my God, that's sad to like even think about because he was young.
No, but here's the thing. I went to this kind of like almost like a wake. I don't know. I've never been to a wake, but this is what I imagine. It was like a bunch of comedians that were friends of them just got on stage at Eastville, which was his home club.
Comedians will do anything for stage time. Isn't that crazy? We're fucking cockroaches. You going to Ruben's funeral?
I honestly, watching it didn't seem like that. Like people were like really fucked up.
Right.
And then the one thing I said is like I wasn't super close with him. He was Indian, I was Indian. We bonded over that. Talked about India at Eastville. Whatever. But like the thing I took was I remember Ruben couldn't sleep for years. Had horrible insomnia. He started putting on a ton of weight. Yeah. Just like it affected his life. And I was like, yo, I'm not even saying this as a joke. Ruben finally gets his rest. Like selfishly we mourn. Like, his friends were there, like, crying and shit. And I was like, selfishly, I get it. And I don't want to be insulting because I'm not as close to him as you guys are.
Right.
But objectively, you can say, like, as his friend, I'm happy he's finally getting his sleep. He's finally getting his rest. And that's how you can look at death and whatever. I'm not saying I do that all the time. I definitely don't. But, like, if you can, that shit is beautiful.
Absolutely. It's perspective.
Yeah.
You get more joy in your life having that perspective.
Yeah, 100%. Anyway, death is perspective.
Everything's fucking perspective.
Yes.
That's the thing is we have more joy.
100%.
Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Whatever.
So,
guys, I shit my pants last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
So on my way here.
Yeah.
So I got to leave dumb early, right? Because I live in fucking Jersey.
Yeah.
And last week, I'm doing a Patreon episode. I leave stupid early.
Yeah.
And I'm walking, and I had taken like 2 hours before I'd taken an amazing shit. Like I felt good for like an hour afterward.
Yeah.
Had a probiotic drink.
You telling this story like a woman. You need to get to the point of this shit.
Walking.
What was the mood that you were in while you were drinking your probiotic?
Fantastic mood.
Yeah. Did your sister call?
My sister called, put me in a bit of a foul mood.
Go on.
We have issues. Anyway, no, I'm walking, right?
Yeah.
Super early.
Yeah.
And then I'm thinking I'm farting, and then I'm like, oh, fuck me. And I'm about 5 minutes away from the apartment. Okay. So I got to think, do I just say fuck it? Because we put such a pressure on being late. Do I say fuck it and risk being late with shitty draws, or do I waddle back to the house? It's about 8 minutes of walking. I'm not even bullshitting. Waddling back to the house with shit in my drawer. And I was like, I can't sit on this in the podcast chair for 2 hours. So I ran with like this little penguin run for 8 minutes at least, back to the apartment, rinsed off, changed, threw away my shitty drawers, came back.
Can you go back to when you actually shit in your pants?
Just a fart. It was a shart. Like you think you're farting.
Oh, yeah.
As you're walking, you think, oh, it's a little fart coming out, and then sheer horror. Like your mood just completely changes, and you're like, oh, fuck.
So you shit your pants.
Shit my pants.
Were you wearing
I thought was
tight underwear?
Boxer briefs.
So does that mean that it's loose leg or tight leg?
It's tight leg, but there's a little hang time.
Did you shit and it just spread all over your ass cheeks like a Jackson Pollock painting?
A little bit. Yeah. I had to shower afterward.
Okay, so it's just soaking up all of your ass cheeks. And do you have like ass hair?
No, I don't have ass. I don't have like your ass hair. I mean, I'm not like super hairy ass.
Okay, yeah.
So I showered, run back to the podcast, get here at 3 o'clock.
Who has more ass hair, you or your girl?
A solid Indian joke. I'm gonna be honest. A solid Indian joke.
This is pre-laser. We're talking about pre-laser.
I don't know pre-laser. I have no idea pre-laser.
Okay. Yeah.
Shit, get here at exactly 3 o'clock still. Find out we're recording at 9:30. So all that...
Oh, for nothing!
Wow. Nothing.
No!
Oh, man. I was so crestfallen when I was like, I'm still here at 3, motherfuckers. First one here. I text Ed, and where is everybody? And then he's like, what are you talking about? 9:30. So I got to go back to Jersey.
Fuck. Wait, why'd you go back to Jersey? Why don't you just chill?
It was like an hour, and then, dog is there alone. I was like, I'll just go home.
That dog shit is so stupid.
Oh, man.
Okay, so, Jesus, man, that's really tough. That's very tough.
I had to throw away a great pair of boxer briefs, too. Tommy Hilfiger.
Yeah. Akaash, you watched the playoffs.
I did.
And?
It's good games, man.
Yeah?
Except for the Cowboys game, obviously.
How do you feel about that? You kind of knew that was going to happen.
I did predict that. The thing, are we jumping right into sports?
Yeah.
Okay. Thing that I didn't like was the Cowboys getting rushed on for 270 yards. That's like an embarrassing number.
Right.
That's like a team, the most they've ever given up.
Right.
And it's supposed to be a good defensive team.
Right.
And I know a lot of people were tweeting me about Dak. I don't think Dak is great, but he wasn't the problem. The problem is you gave up 270 fucking yards. Lost the game on a 3rd and 7. The quarterback scrambled and gained 10 yards. Jared Goff he's not supposed to gain 10 yards on 3rd and 7 on a quarterback bootleg.
I saw that. He kept it in bounds, too. That was
it in bounds.
That was a nice play to keep it in bounds.
The safety was also, if you watch the replay, was just so confused. Had no idea what the fuck was going on. If he had any clue what was going on, they should have won. They should have at least made that stop. Not won the game. Still would have been a long shot, but they should have at least made that
What did you make of Zeke showing up to the game with Chick-fil-A and then...
I don't like that shit.
Why?
Stay thinking he cute with his little antics.
Yeah, what's up with the antics? I don't understand.
I don't know. My man had mad antics, and he kept it shut the fuck up this whole season until this.
Right.
It's the playoffs. Now you have antics?
Yeah.
Somebody else tweeted me, Jalen Smith's pregame meal was like steak and all this other
Pancakes
shit.
and all these other shit.
And you got fucking rocked by C.J. Anderson, the backup running back. It's embarrassing, fam. Why is Zeke showing up with Chick-fil-A? I don't get it.
Well, why do you think? What was
probably because he thinks it's funny. That's their modeling now. I remember Charlemagne saying they should just have a fashion show for NBA players.
Yeah.
NFL players, same shit. They all got bits. They all trying to get their little wardrobes off.
So that's how they get their shine.
Yeah, that's like your moment.
Yeah, Zeke wanted some attention.
Wanted to do something funny. Yeah. Antics. My man loves to be jokey.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Not fucking today. Especially not if you're gonna. This is what I always say. If you're gonna do that, you gotta produce. You can't have 47 yards in the playoffs and show up to the game with Chick-fil-A and think we're gonna forget you showed up to the game with Chick-fil-A.
Right.
Motherfucker, are you crazy?
Are you guys as angry at him as like Cowboys fans were angry at the Parkey or whatever his name was from not Cowboys, Bears fans?
I don't actually have a general read on the pulse of the Cowboys fans. Like, I think they hate the offensive coordinator. He's not good.
You hate your coach?
I don't like the coach. A lot of people think, give him one more year. I think you get him out right now.
Why give him one more year? What has he done to earn it?
He won a playoff game. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
They were 3-5, and then they won 7 of their last 9 or whatever it was, which is cool. But, like, who gives a fuck realistically?
Yeah.
They got out-coached hard. Sean McVay's a beast, dog. Apparently, some people say this is like normal, but apparently they were saying they could tell what the Cowboys were doing on defense based on the way they lined up 90% of the time. Something the Rams picked up. I forget. And it was kind of over my head what they were saying, but just like the way they lined up. If they line up this way, they're attacking this way. If they line up this way, they're attacking that way. 90% of the time they could tell.
So the offense is that predictable?
The defense. Just like they're going to attack this gap.
Defense
so this is where you
that predictable.
Yeah, something like that. It was a little out of my depth as a football fan. I don't know X's and O's that well.
Yeah.
But like basically, if the defensive linemen are lining up in this alignment, then they're going to attack a certain way, and then you can counter it this way. If they're aligned the other way, they're going to attack the other way, and then you can counter that way.
Right.
So Sean McVay saw that apparently, and then they just gashed the Cowboys. Yeah, just bullies.
Yeah. Yeah, the Pats had a good running game as well going, and it was kind of interesting because we spoke last week about the Chargers playing the 3 DBs.
Yeah.
And how do you play against a team that plays 3 DBs? You just run it up their ass, and you could see play after play of these corners and DBs just bouncing off of Sony. I think his name is Sony Michel.
He's good. He was good in Georgia last year.
Okay. He's not an elite running back.
No.
Like, imagine you tried to play that against Saquon. Imagine Saquon is on the Patriots.
He's gonna fucking destroy you.
Dude.
Yeah.
Bully ball.
Rip you apart.
All day.
Rip you apart.
And why no adjustment? And what's actually interesting is I was watching, they were saying that this is something that Belichick himself implemented.
Belichick is a beast, man.
No. Meaning like playing the 3 DBs instead of the linebackers.
Ah.
So they're like, and then what one guy said, one of the commentators was saying, he's like, listen, if you can draw it up, you can usually beat it.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. If Belichick drew it up, Belichick knows exactly how to beat it.
And how do you beat it? You just run it right up their gut.
Yeah.
Make a tackle.
But yeah, I guess I just wouldn't think, because Tom Brady's not a real running threat. He's not outrunning anybody.
Yeah.
I guess you thought they don't have a running game. We can just kind of sling it around. He'll sling it around.
Well, I think
we'll stop it.
The conventional wisdom was they throw a lot of short passes, right? Like everything for them is under 7 yards.
Right.
So it's like, okay, why don't we get quicker guys here that can get to the ball faster? Doesn't matter if you're a linebacker or a DB.
Right.
You're not going to be able to bully.
Oh yeah, a running back.
You're not. No. Gronkowski.
Oh, okay.
So the conventional wisdom is probably, I might not be able to bully him, but I can get to the ball first.
Right.
I'm not going to stuff him at the line, but if he's going to make that little move and then go for the 7-yard out or whatever the fuck it is,
right,
I'll be there.
Right.
And I can hopefully get my hand on the ball, etc.
Right.
And then Belichick was, okay, we just running it right up the gut every single time.
Man, that was embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm watching a little bit. I was at one of my good friends at a bachelor party, so I'm watching a lot of these games on my phone.
Yeah.
But I just couldn't. Both Rams game and the Patriots game, I'm just like, these guys, it's just 7 yards every time they run.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Big play, gashing them, bang, bang, bang.
And Gurley looked healthy?
Gurley looked good, but C.J. Anderson, he weirdly did this to the Cowboys last year when he was on the Broncos, but he was the one that I was like, what the fuck?
Well, that's the thing. It's like, if you pick a guy up in what week did they pick him up?
I think after Gurley went down.
Like late.
Yeah.
We're talking about late in the season.
Maybe, I think like 13, 14.
And he got dropped by a couple different teams without even playing a single down. I think he was on Oakland, Arizona. There's like a few different teams that he played.
He played well when Gurley was out, though.
But what I'm saying is, when you come in late in the season, you got fresh legs.
Oh, interesting.
Right? Like, what do we even talk about on this podcast? Like, people don't understand the grind of the NFL in a lot of ways. Right? Like, so think about this. Think about you work out. You do legs. You're tired for the next couple of days. Or think about you playing with your boy and he punches you in the arm and it's a little sore.
Oh, yeah.
Right? By week 4, your whole body is bruised.
I heard older players like can't even move for like 3-4 days.
Absolutely.
For games.
So it's just accumulative, right? And you're not getting that time to actually recover.
Right.
And that's why you see teams that will like go to this, they'll start out 7-2 and then lose like 3 or 4 in a row. Like you saw with the Rams.
Yep.
Right? The Rams lost. Gurley went down and then Goff looked regular, but still, it's like the team needs some recovery. So here's C.J. Anderson. He's been in decent shape because he's been on squads.
Right. It's a good theory, for sure.
But hasn't really gotten beaten up.
Punishment.
And now he's like, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Like, when you're playing ball, you're playing any sport, and your leg is a little sore, your quad is fucked up or something like that. You're going to take it
And running backs, I mean, you're hitting linemen, you're hitting linebackers. That's like a Mack truck collision. That's what they always say. Like, the force is like that crazy.
Yeah.
So there's a big rule for running backs that they get over 370 carries in one season.
Yeah, you were saying that before.
Pretty much every year the next year they drop off.
Yeah, they fall.
But that's kind of like, if you can give your running back toward the end of the season a little break.
Yeah.
He can come back fresh, and you can sign somebody up off the streets who's good, like C.J. Anderson, who's not great, but he had a history of being productive.
Yeah.
He's fresh. You could rest your starting running back a little bit.
Right.
Now they're both fresh for the playoffs.
So that's what the Cowboys have been doing.
Yeah.
Right.
The Cowboys got gashed. Rams look really good.
No, I mean, they've been giving Zeke a rest by not doing well in the postseason. That's been their strategy. It's like, once we hit 370, we just got to lose on purpose.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's out. It's over.
Did Cooper play well at all?
He had a touchdown on the opening drive.
Okay, so you guys start off hot.
He didn't get lit up. Like, you can. Marcus Peters, we're going to get to this in a bit, but he can be hit and miss. You can get him.
Okay, let's talk about Marcus Peters, because we were saying last episode, and again, this is important for like the fringe football fans, maybe people who are even more fringe than myself. A lot of you listening right now, you probably have no fucking clue what we're talking about. You're like, why didn't you guys stop talking about football? NFL needed a storyline in case the Saints were to play the Rams.
Yes.
Because there was no storyline that would get us interested in this game whatsoever, right? We have a storyline for Chiefs Patriots. We have the new school versus the old school.
Right.
Is the old man about to hang it up? Is he about to pass the torch to the new young blood in the league?
Yeah.
We also have Belichick, the greatest postseason coach in history, versus Andy Reid, the greatest regular season coach in history.
Perfect way to say it.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's art. You could say that, right?
Yeah.
About both of them.
For sure.
So there's a lot of great dynamics going into it. The football purists might go and watch this game for the coaching alone.
Right.
Like, can Andy Reid really do it? The fringe fans might go, okay, I get to see Tom Brady, Giselle's husband, and Patrick Mahomes, this young cool kid, blah, blah. Right? Now there's another angle.
Right.
Now, that's something that they have. So now we're like, what the fuck is the storyline for Rams versus Saints? Right? We have Drew Brees, who's the sweetest guy quarterback, says all the right things, hypes his team up in a good way, has the good pregame speeches, good postgame speeches, right? Like the only thing...
Good Christian white man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. There's nothing really off about him.
Except his scar.
Yeah, his cheek is the only thing that gives him character. Without that...
I mean, he is as vanilla as it gets.
He really is. He needs that. Maybe that gives him some cred. I wonder if his team makes up what it is. It's like, no, somebody box cuttered him in his fucking face, took his Air Force Ones. But like, okay, so you have a situation where like, how the fuck do we sell this?
Right.
Apparently, they play each other in week 15?
No. It was earlier.
14?
It was like 10, 11, 12.
It was 3 weeks ago.
Couldn't have been 3 weeks ago.
Are you positive?
Yeah. Yeah. You want me to look it up?
Doesn't matter. They played each other regular season towards the end of the regular season.
Right.
After the game, they're asking the Saints coach, Sean Payton, how they felt about the Michael Thomas, who's a wide receiver on the Saints.
I think it's one touchdown in particular they're asking him about. Maybe the game-clinching touchdown.
Right. How they felt about him going against the cornerback for the Rams, the star cornerback for the Rams. Right. Well, they have two, Aqib Talib, but also Marcus Peters.
Right.
And Marcus Peters does what's called travels. Travels is not a penalty. Travels means you follow the star wide receiver no matter where he goes on the field. Right. Now, just to put that in perspective, when we had Miko Grimes here, her husband, Brent Grimes, plays for the Buccaneers. He said he was not paid to travel for the season, meaning he's going to play on the left side, and if the best wide receiver's on the left side, I guard him, and if the best wide receiver switches to the right side, I ain't switching.
Right.
I'm not traveling over.
Yeah.
So they're asking him how they felt about Michael Thomas versus Marcus Peters.
Right.
Sean Payton goes... well, we like that matchup. We like that matchup a lot.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. A little salty.
Now, Sean Payton is the same guy who put $250,000 and the Lombardi Trophy in a case in the room to motivate the players. We were talking about this last week, or maybe it was on a Patreon. We like that a lot. Now, Marcus Peters is of the Marshawn Lynch school of post-game interviews.
Oh, and they're homies.
They are
Kaz
homies. Kaz told us that low-key Marcus Peters was kind of the star of the Marshawn Lynch show. Yeah. Very outspoken. Got that Northern California, really say your R's hard accent, whatever it is, you know. I'm trying to think of words. Like, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
My name is Marcus Peters, whatever. Yeah. So he goes... they ask him in a post-game interview how you feel about what's going to happen, this, that, the other.
Right.
And he said something to the extent of Sean Payton is talking a lot of shit.
Yeah, and we're going to see him again.
And we're going to see him again, and I want you to keep talking that shit. And, all that shit that you talk on the sideline, we're going to handle that, and then we can have a bowl of gumbo.
Yeah. Basically saying he didn't just talk shit in that little post-game comment. He talked shit on the field, which is so dope to me. I like a little coach talking shit.
Okay, first of all, I love a coach talking shit. I love all players talking shit. How do I phrase it? I don't understand why he's so shocked or surprised by it.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember Adam Thielen complaining about Bill Belichick on the field once. And then Bill Belichick walks up between Adam Thielen and the ref and just goes, go fuck yourself. And then just starts cursing at Adam Thielen. You didn't see it?
No.
Yeah. He goes, oh, shut the fuck up. Go fuck yourself.
Really?
So these coaches are around alpha energy, and they're telling the most talented, freakish athletes what to do all day long.
Yeah.
They're not afraid of you.
Right.
They're not like afraid to kind of like motivate not only themselves or the players. I mean, should Marcus Peters say it? Absolutely. But I'm hyped for Sean Payton.
That's dope.
Telling his play, like, what is he supposed to tell Michael Thomas? We've got a tough matchup. I hope you do your best. He's a really good
player, but we just thought we liked the.
Fuck, you gonna cook him?
Players? Yeah.
What would you tell? What am I gonna tell my wide receiver? I'm saying I can't wait to pass you the ball because you're gonna eat that kid for lunch.
Especially if it's somebody they might be afraid of. Nah, we like that matchup.
We love that matchup. We love that.
Cook that motherfucker.
If anything, it is a kind of homage because you don't say we like that matchup to somebody who's shit.
Right.
That's kind of insult. It's like calling a skinny person fat.
Yeah.
You can call a skinny person fat because they're not really fat. Right. But if you call a fat person fat, it's like you're just being a dick.
Right.
Like why would you say that, Sean Payton? So if Marcus looks at this one way, he's like, oh, that's a compliment.
Right.
He's trying to amp up his player.
Yes.
If he really wanted to wrap his head around it and like play real sight games, be like, oh, that was him just acknowledging how dope I am.
Yeah. Now I'm curious to know
how he's gonna find out.
I'm curious to know how he's gonna feel. So Nate Burleson, we saw a video casting us of him talking about coaches talking shit to him, and he said he heard Rex Ryan talking shit.
I love this.
And first he said to D'Angelo Hall. That's why
D'Angelo Hall is a cornerback for the Redskins, or was.
I think he was cornerback for the Falcons also. He said that's why my brother cut your ass. And then he told Nate Burleson he was a number 2 receiver. He just kept saying that to him. And Nate Burleson was like pissed, and he was like, all game, I'm going to cook, not this team, I'm going to cook that motherfucker on the sideline. And he said he finished like 113 yards. So it backfired. And they lost, though.
And lost. But it didn't necessarily backfire because what happened was the guy was playing the whole game against the coach.
Against Rex, yeah.
Exactly. He was trying to make the play. He was trying to do that.
Right.
But to justify himself to this coach instead of making the smart play for the team.
True.
Anytime I can get you playing against me, not playing with your team,
right,
I win.
Right.
Because you might try a little harder with me, but you might be so amped up you get some roughing the passer penalty. You might get so amped up.
Maybe you're not thinking about blocking as much because you just want them yards.
You just want them. Whatever it is.
Yeah.
If I can get under your skin in any way, shape, or form.
And if you can get Marcus Peters to bite a little hard hoping for an interception, cornerback, receiver, you can fuck up with less repercussions. I guess Alshon Jeffrey would disagree, but you can fuck up with less repercussions than a cornerback. Cornerback, you bite once on one route, that could be a touchdown.
Done.
Right
Game
there.
over. Exactly. And you're going to be so amped to do it.
Yeah.
Not to mention, you're going to be in your head about not getting beat. Maybe you won't take that chance that you would have taken.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Now you're like, short yards.
I can't get beat. Can't get beat. Yeah. Now you let them go short on you all day. Doesn't matter. Once I'm in your head, if you give me any real estate in your head, I'm going to make some money off it.
And maybe Sean Payton said that knowing we're probably going to see them again. It's not even for this game. It's for the playoffs.
And let's keep it real. If you're Sean Payton and you have Drew motherfucking Brees,
yeah, you do.
I don't care who Marcus Peters is guarding.
I saw a sign.
I feel very good about it. I like that matchup a lot.
Let's go. I saw a sign that said Breezes saves. I thought that was great. Breezes.
The other comment that we saw that was really funny was Big Pic Nick.
Big Pic Nick. Yeah. That's really good. That's really good.
That's what was it called? Big Dick Nick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Big Pic Nick.
Big Pic Nick.
Big Nick. What is it? Big Pic Nick.
Pic Nick.
Yeah, Big Pic Nick.
Did you watch that game?
Yeah. Well, I saw different things. We were editing that day, so I was like watching it without the sound on. Yeah. But I saw the interception and literally
this game made the weekend okay.
Yeah, because you hate.
I hate the Eagles as much as I love the Cowboys.
That's sad.
It's sad. It is sad.
You're so Indian. That's the most Indian thing.
Explain.
Just to like hate something as much as you love yourself.
Sports hate makes sports so much more fun.
Like if somebody was like, would you rather like India be here forever or Pakistan just completely go away? You'd be like,
I would be like, maybe if they had just stayed with us in the first place, this wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? Maybe you didn't fucking partition yourselves off. Let's take it back to 1947, shall we?
Yo, shit was popping in the 40s, huh?
Yo, what else happened? World War.
Was it World War?
Yeah. No, sports hate. I've been trying to figure this out. I think I watch sports differently than most people. First of all, we talked about this with basketball players. Mm-hmm. Like, I love a player that's not on a team, that's not on the Mavericks, but at a certain point, I'm like, yeah, I want this guy to win, though. If you don't win, I don't really like you as much. And then also, sports hate is almost as powerful for me as sports love. It's like real close. Like my hatred of Kobe back when Kobe was good was crazy.
Dude, I had this as a child. I had this as like, I'm not saying that you're being childish about it, but like I remember feeling it as a child. Now it's hard for me to like wrap my head around, like, you know, this like, oh, we got to hate Boston shit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Like maybe New York teams have been so bad for so long that I don't feel the stakes of the rivalry.
Yeah, it's you know why I think because your sport is basketball, and the Knicks
have been so bad for so like
haven't been relevant in a while.
I remember hating the Heat, but then again, I'm a child. I'm just doing what I'm told to do. Like, you ever see, like, these European kids, they do videos on Instagram with them, like, a team scores a goal, and the kids are, like, running around excited. And you're like, you don't even know what fucking numbers are yet. You don't even know what that goal meant. You're just copying exactly what you see on TV, and your dad laughs, so you're like, I'm going to keep doing that because it makes my dad laugh, and my dad feeds me, so I'm going to keep making the guy who feeds me laugh.
Right.
So, like, I wonder if, as an adult, if the Knicks have a serious rivalry with somebody, I'll go crazy. I mean, I got on board with LeBron and the Cavs when they were going up against Golden State.
Yeah. You don't hate the Warriors? I hate the Warriors. I hate the Warriors.
Listen, I'll criticize the way they play, but it's not like...
You weren't devastated after game 1 last year?
Was I?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were.
Yeah, I was pretty low, and I did dress up like a king.
Yeah.
But that was more LeBron love.
I think this podcast has also made it worse. I didn't hate Philly that much before.
Okay.
Like, when Michael Vick was there, I used to they were the team I hated the least in the NFC. I was like, whatever, who cares? I don't like the Redskins. Being around New York when the Giants had won the Super Bowl was fucking miserable. Watching that game with a bunch of Giants fans was miserable.
Why?
The parade happened as we're fucking trying to bark in a comedy show.
Yeah.
A bunch of drunk New Yorkers screaming in my face.
Was I
not
there?
even... No, I don't know if you were there. I think it was me and Alex Anderson.
Okay. Other Alex Anderson.
Other Alex Anderson. Yeah. But then my girl being from Philly... All the Philly fans listening to this podcast just piling on, watching that fucking win that I didn't think they'd get with her family. Fucking Meek Mill playing at the end. I was just like, I hate these motherfuckers forever.
You know what?
You don't know what it is to sit in a house
I get it.
with people from Philly watching a team you actually kind of like. I don't hate the Patriots.
I get it.
Losing to the Eagles and then hearing that fucking prison anthem.
What is it again? How does it go?
Dreams and Nightmares.
Oh, yeah.
I used to like that song.
Yeah, they ruined that song.
That song over now.
Philly's definitely ruined that song.
You know, we got out and y'all lost, right?
Yeah, I know. That was the bad luck. That was the bad luck charm. No, there was something I was about to tell you about what was it you were saying?
Eagles, sports hate. The Giants winning the Super Bowl parade.
No, something about the Eagles. You're sitting around them and then
sitting in a house full of Philly people watching the Eagles win the Super Bowl against a team I like.
Oh, yeah. I think that's why I root for Nick Foles, because he is the crack in the Liberty Bell.
Explain.
Like, his success just tears Philly apart. Right? Like, the better he is, the more they have to make a decision to get rid of, like, one of the elite quarterback talents that has come out in the last maybe 10 years.
Potentially,
right?
Yeah.
Or you got to turn your back on a guy who very likely could have brought you to 2 straight Super Bowls. Yeah. I mean, if Alshon Jeffrey could handle it. Yeah. Literally, Nick's dick was too big for Alshon Jeffrey's hands. Literally, Alshon Jeffrey could not wrap his hands around the power that is Nick Foles. Okay? So...
Nick Foles' dick so big, black people be saying he got a big dick.
Yo, this is...
Isn't that wild? Meek Mill probably call him Big Dick Nick.
Yo, it's true. Alshon thought his dick was so big that he actually made his hands too wide for the pass. The pass just went right through. It was like, I thought it was Big Dick Nick. I don't know. So there's this situation where no matter what, Philly crumbles.
Yeah, but they got their fucking ring that that had eluded them for so long.
Of course.
And then they acted like the assholes we knew they were, eating horse shit.
Of course. And you know what?
Monsters.
I'm not one of these guys that, like, you got to act a certain way in victory. Act however the fuck you want in victory. You know, like, people...
To a large degree, yeah.
People always say, like, the true test of a man is how he acts in victory. Shut up, loser. You know who says that? Fucking losers, you loser. Don't get knocked out. Man. Don't get beaten. You know what I mean? I won. I'll act exactly how the fuck I want to act. And if I want to eat horse manure on the streets of Philadelphia, then God bless me. Yeah. It's the one time I've supported the Eagles, because once you win, nobody can tell you how to react to it. Like, it's always these losers that are like telling you how to act.
But definitely
you know what it is?
There. Yeah,
it's like when, like, poor people tell rich people how much they should pay in taxes? It's like, make some money and you gonna see how much of this shit you want to pay.
Oh, man, win a Super Bowl, and then you'll see how delicious this horse manure is.
It's great. That's how good a Super Bowl win feels, is you look at a horse's shit and you go, it's mostly straw. I mean, what's it really? It ain't that much doo-doo. It's just fucking straw.
You know you're talking about winning with class. You know what makes me laugh? We played IM, obviously, in college, like everybody else.
Intramural.
My roommate, Luther, he was playing on his team, and then our other roommate, Harold, brolic-ass black dude, but just fucking water with threes, like before Steph and any of that shit.
Yeah.
He had to, he literally cut out of his campus job to play the 3-on-3 game, and then his boss came and pulled him off the fucking court.
Why?
Because it was like, you're supposed to be working right now. You leaving your job. So they had to pick up this just mediocre-ass white dude he's just hanging out, and they're like begging him to play, right? Luther's team still wins. He starts celebrating. First of all, yelling in the other team's face, like, yes, that's what's up. And then he points it right in the kid who joined his team's face, and he goes, we won with the sorry kid. With the sorry kid. He didn't even say we won. He just points at him, and he goes, with the sorry kid. And Luther, like a super Christian, oh, man, I laugh about that shit constantly. That's winning. That's how you win. With the sorry kid.
With the sorry kid.
With the sorry kid. Oh, that shit made me laugh.
I don't know
so
why
much.
this makes me think of this, but I saw this advertisement by this makeup company. Will Noonan, coming from Boston, showed it to me of like the new face of this makeup company was this chick with Down syndrome. And it's like, I don't understand what's happening. Like, someone needs to explain to me. I'm not making fun of Down syndrome people here, but like, someone needs to explain to me who's getting trolled here. Because literally for years, men have been looking at women with too much makeup and going, you look retarded with that shit. And now they're quite literally making mentally handicapped women the faces of makeup. So we got to be getting trolled, right? Akaash, tell me we're not getting trolled. I'm going to show you the picture right now. Tell me we're not getting trolled, bro.
What's the occasion for the makeup?
Son.
What, you got a job interview?
The birthday cake just came out the oven. I don't know. Ice cream. Son, you can't make it up, bro. What's it called? Face of Benefit Cosmetics. Look, and she's dude, she's hot.
She's a pretty girl.
She's a pretty girl. I mean, dude, that's some good makeup. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Now I see what these motherfuckers are doing. Oh my God. That's the most evil shit.
What?
That you should add this to your makeup bit.
Yeah,
I won't ruin it, but Akaash's episode of Inside Jokes, he has a great bit about makeup companies being evil. I don't want to spoil it for you, but there's something that you could add to the bit about, like, what is makeup? Ooh, this is evil for them. This is not me saying this. This is the company. The execs in this company are sitting around a boardroom, right, and they're going, how do we convince people that makeup makes them beautiful? Right? Like, for example, if you could take a dude, put him in makeup, and make him a beautiful girl, if I'm some ugly bitch, I'm like,
I could get that.
Give me it. Give me all of it. Right? Like, think about that. Because as a girl that's ugly, you're looking at that man going, I'm better looking as a girl than he is. Right?
Yeah.
So they just went one level further. They literally are in this movie. They're in this fucking meeting, and guaranteed these meetings exist. And they're like, okay, if we can make retarded chicks look beautiful. No. Like, if we can make them look absolutely stunning, gorgeous, imagine what we can do with not retarded chicks.
Imagine if you're a not retarded woman looking at this ad.
You're like, look how beautiful this chick is. She looks way better than me because she looks beautiful.
She looks gorgeous.
I mean, stunning. I wouldn't do it because there's some legal issues, I'm sure, that are attached to it. But if you can make her beautiful, these girls are going to be watching like, I need all that makeup.
You need all of it.
These motherfuckers are geniuses.
They're vile. This vile genius people.
They are evil fucking geniuses.
Mm-hmm. Wow. In the guise of empowerment.
that's your bit, which is great. It's this idea that it somehow empowers you when in reality it doesn't. But oh my God, it didn't make sense to me until right now. I got a text Will Noonan. We were trying to figure out what it was.
There you go.
Will goes, Amy Schumer, look what she did. Like, look what she started.
Oh my God.
Which I thought was kind of funny. Okay,
funny.
All right, enough about tarts. Let's go back to...
do you think retarded people find Amy Schumer funny? Like, if anyone does.
Yes. No, I don't know. I truly don't know. I don't know. No, I'm not sure how they understand stand-up.
Well, you don't have to understand stand-up.
I truly don't know. I want to give you a good answer for it. I truly do not know. But do you know who I find hilarious?
Who?
Our President-in-Chief, Donald Trump.
Yo.
Did you see the fucking tweet that he put out?
I didn't know the context of it. Explain the context. I don't know shit about politics, fam.
Okay, so Elizabeth Warren announced that she's going to be running for president, right?
God damn.
Right, and she's the girl that and this is what's so funny about the whole situation. It's very layered, right? I'm almost upset that I didn't know anything about. I always thought Trump was corny my whole life. I just thought it was corny. Right. So I never watched the Fired show or whatever that show was. Yeah. You're the Boss. What is it called?
Apprentice.
Apprentice, yeah.
You're the Boss.
I don't know the name of it. So but I never watched that show. I'm like, who gives a fuck about this guy?
Yeah.
I didn't realize how entertaining he was until he became president.
Right.
Now I get why people probably watch that show. Because he just cursed out people the same way, but without the stakes of politics.
Right.
So Elizabeth Warren says she's going to be president, right? Or going to president. And then she's doing an Instagram Live or a Facebook Live from her house.
Right.
And it's on New Year's Eve. And she's like, I think I'll start with a beer. I'm going to have a beer. She takes out a beer. She opens the beer. And then her husband, my husband's here. Hi. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. And the video kind of cuts off. And then Trump goes... He goes.
Wait, how does that announce that she's going to be president?
It was part of the longer video. That was the snippet. And then Trump's response to it was something to the extent of did she thank her husband for being in her house? That's where he's supposed to be. He just starts ripping. But he put out this other tweet earlier that it wasn't that funny.
Right.
And it was almost like he realized that it wasn't that good.
Yeah.
So he tried to one-up it.
He workshopped the bit.
He workshopped the fucking bit.
Yeah.
I know people listen to this, Schulz, no, it has nothing to do with that. This is me so excited for the 2020 election because it is going to be raw entertainment.
I'm going to pull up his New Year's Eve text or his New Year's Day text from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
It's one of the funniest fucking things. This is the year after he won the election.
It's entertaining. Dude, you know what's going to happen? This was going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
If that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez runs,
right.
I guarantee a tweet's going to come out now would be a much better time for Puerto Rico to not have electricity. Bro, it's going to go off, dude. I'm telling you.
Oh, my God. Oh, man. Hold on.
Are you looking up this text?
Yeah. Happy New Year to... Oh, this is right after he won the election, remember.
Yeah.
Happy New Year to all, including my many enemies and those who have fought me and lost so badly they just don't know what to do. Love! Exclamation point. So good. I laugh at that. I think about that shit all the time. Oh, my God.
Okay. So while we're talking about things that make absolutely no sense,
yep.
Nick Collison was notified by the Oklahoma City Thunder that his jersey will be retired.
You fucking losers, man. It's the most Hillary Clinton-ass move you could possibly do.
What do you mean?
Just rewarding this mediocrity. Stop celebrating this mediocre-ass white motherfucker.
Okay, so there's a lot of arguments for white privilege, which I push away. And I go, that's nonsense. Stop making that argument. That's funny. Identity politics. That's bullshit. This is proof beyond a shadow of a doubt of white privilege. The dude literally averaged as many points last year as I did. I think he averaged, I don't think he was even playing. What are you rewarding? Now, granted, he's the first person that they're putting in the rafters.
That's terrible.
I don't know who else has been on the team long enough in order to do it.
Embarrassing.
Right, but I just don't, what precedent are you set? Dude, Udonis Haslem. Or Udonis Haslem.
Whatever the fuck.
What Miami's got to give him? If we're rewarding the culture guy at the end of the bench.
Oh, yeah. For sure. What culture did he even bring? You didn't get any championships because of him.
I don't understand it one bit. I truly do not get it.
Nick Collison contributing in a positive way.
And they're looking up old like highlights. They're trying to find a way to justify what's going on. Yeah, it's just a big high screen. Oh, you definitely need to have your jersey retired for that. Those high screens up top.
Oh, wow. What do we...
where you rolled out of your shooting range and didn't do anything afterwards. Yeah, that's great. The way that he slapped Russell Westbrook 5 after he went 1 for 16 3-point shots. That's brilliant. Yeah, definitely.
I just don't... get it.
I can't wrap my head around it, and I'm trying to not be a hater. I'm trying to find a justification.
This is not a hater. A hater, you hate on people who are accomplishing things.
What bothers me about it is I got to hear the white privilege argument.
Oh, like you have to entertain it.
No. It's like here's the thing, and this is what I do not understand. Everybody's freaking out about the NFL not hiring the black coaches, and that's the argument for racism. Nick Collison having his jersey retired after averaging 4 points a game for his 35-year career is the argument for racism. Think about every other person on that team. Yeah. Every other person on that team that has averaged more points than Nick Collison.
Thabo Sefolosha should have his jersey retired before Nick Collison.
Dude, Thabo Sefolosha, I'm pretty sure, was beaten the shit of by the police.
Yes. As if he hasn't endured enough racism.
I mean, if there's any message that says Black lives do not matter in Oklahoma City, it's putting the guy. Where was that pick set then, huh? Why don't you set a pick on those 4 policemen that beat the shit out of Thabo Sefolosha? Where were you then, culture guy Collison?
I think that happened in New York.
Of course it happened in New York. It didn't happen in OKC.
Oh, man. Yo.
You're not going to the club in OKC?
This is the most Trump supporter move.
What do you mean?
This is just like, there's no way. I remember I talked to this kid, and this is when I realized he was racist. He told me Larry Bird and Keith Van Horn were 2 of the greatest players of all time. And I looked at that motherfucker, and I said, you hate black people. There is no way you think Keith Van Horn is one of the greatest players of all time, and you don't hate black people. The list of players that are better than Keith Van Horn. First of all, 98% black, but it's thousands of players long. This is the same kind of thing. Where it's
Larry Bird you have to put up there. It's without a doubt.
Yes.
But Keith Van Horn, what's the argument for Keith Van Horn?
I don't know. He shot threes. I just laughed at him and made fun of him, and he got really defensive. So I didn't bother asking for a real argument. But this is the same kind of thing. You know whose jersey we should retire? Russell Westbrook? No. The first jersey we retire. Not the guy who didn't leave when everybody else left. No, he's second or third. Number 1 has to be Nick Collison because he's white and he looks like he farms and we look like we farm.
Because he looks like everybody in the stands.
Yes.
Let's keep it real. He looks exactly...
That's what I'm saying.
And his game is about as good as everyone in the stands. He is the most relatable game of anybody on the floor, right? All these people in Oklahoma, they're watching Russell Westbrook. They're like, wow. They're literally, wow. Like you're watching Russell.
It's breathtaking.
It is breathtaking. It is hard to be a white supremacist and Oklahoma City Thunder fan.
Yeah.
It's hard to sit in the stands and go, I am better than black people and watch Russell Westbrook.
I bet it was easy that day KD left. Probably let a lot of slurs fly then.
They let him fly. But they would have taken them all back if KD would have stayed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just saying the argument of feeling better than and then seeing Russell Westbrook physically what he's capable of doing every single night.
Yes.
Right? When you see Nick Collison play basketball, you believe you can do anything.
I could do that.
No, anything.
He's Barack Obama for white people.
Literally.
You know how Obama made black people be like, I could be president. Nick Collison made white people be like, I could play basketball.
No. He's if Flavor Flav became president. If Flavor Flav became president, then all of us go, well, shit, I could be president. Right?
Yeah.
Like Barack, I look at him and I'm like, man, I don't know if I could be president.
No chance.
That shit tough.
Greatest speaker of my lifetime, maybe all time.
How you speak that good and stutter? Think about how good you are at speaking when you still stuttering. The number one impediment of speech you have.
Yep.
And you still the best.
Yep.
That's incredible.
Yep.
That's like being the best porn star and prematurely ejaculating. Like, imagine you had a problem with premature ejaculating, but your soft dick fucked these girls so good.
That's Barack. Larry Bird is Barack.
He's breathtaking.
Larry Bird is Barack. You can't do what Larry Bird does. You can't do what Barack does.
There we go.
Yeah.
Great example. But Nick Collison.
Nick Cannon.
Nick Collison is the Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Nick Collison is quite literally the Nick Cannon of basketball. There's nothing Nick Cannon does that doesn't make you go, I can make shitty headphones. like what? But you know what Nick Cannon's genius is execution.
Oh, yeah.
I'll never knock his execution.
I'll tell you what, man. Nick Cannon behind the scenes is a fucking different, smart, I mean, obviously brilliant, but like, really understands funny.
You know what?
But Nick Cannon in front of the camera, you like,
so is Nick Collison. Yeah. Okay? So Nick Collison got to be doing so. The way he be warming up them seats on the bench during the game, the way he makes that seat so warm when Russell comes out for the 60 seconds a game that he takes a break.
Yo, that's so funny. He gonna be Mariah Carey's next husband.
Literally.
Yeah. He can marry her white half.
We got to meet Nick Collison's wife. And we got to talk about how amazingly supportive he is.
Oh, I bet he
is
incredible.
The best, most supportive.
I bet he's incredible.
Nobody better to their wife.
Fluffs the pillow for her when she gets in the bed.
Of course. Just rolls around the bed before she gets in there so there's no cold spots whatsoever. This guy is the guy.
Oh, yeah.
And his fucking jerseys. Ready? You ready to know how absurd it is that his jersey's getting retired? You ready to know how absurd it is that Nick Collison's jersey's getting retired? You ready? This is going to prove it right now. Akaash, what fucking number is Nick Collison?
Oh my God. Fuck. 3? I don't know.
We don't even know what number motherfuckers can't use on OKC no more. That's how crazy it is. You shouldn't have your number retired.
Yo, this wild.
If none of us know what fucking number you got.
Wild. 11?
Fam, I don't know. I completely honest with you, I do not know. You know, it's probably 13. Because he's about as helpful as the 13th man on a 12-man roster. That's what number Collison is. It's 13. You still here? That's what they should put in the back of his jersey. What you doing still here?
Oh, fuck.
Yo, they gave you shorts? No way in hell. Dude, I just can't. We got to call up Collison. Maybe we can get someone to talk to him and see how he feels. I would have said no. Son, if they tried to embarrass me by retiring my jersey.
I think you're right.
I would have said no.
What's his name that rejected the Celtics tribute? Him and Paul Pierce supposed to be on the same night? Isaiah Thomas.
Oh, yeah, IT.
Yeah.
But didn't Paul Pierce want to reject it?
I think so, but I think Isaiah also said, no, I don't
right. You like how they try to double up? That's what a sociopath Danny Ainge is. He's like, all right, we got to give it up to both of these cucks. Yeah. Put it together. I don't need to fucking deal with these Nancys. Put them together. That is such a male sociopathic thing to do. It's like when you got to spend time with your girl and visit your niece. You're just hey, babe, you want to go visit my niece? Babe, I got a great idea. Why don't we just kill two birds with one stone?
You have kids? No, it's practice for when we have a family.
Can we talk about how our prediction of Brad Stevens is coming true?
Bruh. Your prediction was... This is more your prediction.
Okay, fine. I was trying to give the whole podcast some credit. No. But Brad Stevens cannot manage egos. He is not an NBA coach. Brad Stevens should have been the greatest assistant coach in NBA history. Just a nerd.
Right.
You know, Steve Jobs needed Wozniak or whatever that nerd was. Right. Who's the nerd? Wozniak.
Yeah.
Just a nerd. Right. Everybody needs that.
Right.
You know? But Steve could manage the fucking egos. Wozniak builds the fucking computers. Brad Stevens is a Wozniak.
Yeah.
Okay?
He's X's and O's.
You're an X's and O nerd.
Right.
You don't know what to do when 2 6'9" black dudes are about to fight each other 5 feet from you. Did you see that?
Oh, I saw this.
Morris and Brown about to go at it in a timeout.
Little shove from Morris.
Little shove about to go at it.
Jalen clearly don't want no smoke. That's
if Jeff Van Gundy was the coach, he would have been wrapped around one of their ankles in a heartbeat because he knows what to do.
Oh, man.
Brad Stevens was like, somebody set a pick. Somebody set a backdoor screen on Morris. Let's get Jalen out of here. He's the future. This dude went into nerd mode. You didn't even see him anywhere around.
No.
The team is imploding. Gordon Hayward. Final out of bounds play, 2.6 seconds left. Kyrie is lined up in the backcourt. He's supposed to get a screen from, I forget whoever the big that was in at the time. Maybe it was Horford. Mm-hmm. Horford sets the original screen on Tatum. Tatum goes for a curl. That pass, if he's wide open, goes to Tatum, and he pulls up for that shot he did on the free. But I think the real play was actually the second pick, which was pop Kyrie open, let Kyrie get the ball with 2.6 seconds left, and let him shoot that three, that little step to the side three that he hit in Curry's face.
Right.
Let him do that right there. Right. That's how the play is designed. And Hayward, because probably got beef with Kyrie, is like, you know who getting this rock?
Who?
Tatum getting this rock. And you know who probably told him to give him the rock? Stevens like, hey, this play will probably be for Kyrie, but if you see Tatum open, you can give it to him. And then he gave him a white boy look. I don't know, some formal handshake. All the other guys on the team was like, oh, that's just how they do things. It was probably that handshake white people do where they like tickle the inside of your palm.
Slip him a 20?
Yeah, no, the tickle. You never seen that one?
No.
Oh, anyway, it's like it was a little thing like how do gay people shake hands back in the day? And like, here, go, give me your hand. Yeah. You go like this and you tickle this. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. Yeah. I like it.
Pretty hot and glamorous.
Stop it. So we'll get there. That's Patreon. That's Patreon. We got a new saying for Patreon. But goes out there, makes the play. Right. Tatum misses the shot. Kyrie is furious because he doesn't get to take the last shot. Right. And his insecurities are proven. Ain't your team, buddy.
Yeah.
It's this nerd and Jason Tatum's team.
Right.
And the nerd likes Tatum more.
As he should.
Because he's a nerd. Yeah. He's calculating metrics. He's like, who can get this shot off better? Right. Oh, he has a 10-inch reach advantage on the defender and da-da-da-da-da. Yeah. You can't calculate what Kyrie does.
Yeah.
You can't go, oh yeah, he's just going to do a spin move and put it between your legs and then he's going to do a high arching layup and he's never missed one of those in his career.
Right.
There's no calculation for that.
Right.
I think the team's going to implode. I really think he doesn't have what it takes to manage these fucking egos. I think if you had Brad Stevens right along Doc Rivers.
Right.
If you had Brad Stevens right along Phil Jackson even.
Oh, fuck. That team is unstoppable.
Literally, all you would have Phil do, hey, Phil, you don't even got to coach. Brad's going to coach everything.
Yeah.
Just manage the guys.
Right.
Keep the guys together.
Yeah.
Kyrie knew it from the beginning. We just didn't get the news of it yet. Right? What was Kyrie saying from the beginning? I wish we had some veteran leadership on here to let people know.
Yeah.
Because you saw the infighting already. It's been bubbling for a while. We just getting the news of it now because it's public.
You got sources. You have any sources inside Boston?
Nothing inside. I know one guy, but I not enough where I know a guy part of the organization, but not enough where I've asked him about.
Because I would love to know
what's going on. But I'll get some research this week.
And I would also love to know what's going on in the Warriors locker room. Just not even now, last year when they talked about how crazy it was, and if you guys had any idea, I would love to know.
You know what my feeling on the Warriors locker room is? Orgy. No, I think I think my feeling in the Warriors locker room, it's completely dependent on wins or losses. I think everybody's fine with KD leaving as long as they're winning.
Right.
But, okay, you know how once the economy gets shitty, everybody blames immigrants and minorities?
Yes.
Or whatever? Right. Like, that's the fear. The second the economy is bad, it's like, whose fault is it?
Right.
It's these immigrants. When the economy's booming, everyone's like, who can I hire that's cheap labor?
Right.
Immigrants.
Yeah.
But it's completely dependent on economic circumstances.
Pockets.
Yes. I think Golden State's locker room success is dependent on economic circumstances, and the currency that we're talking about in the NBA is wins.
Yeah.
And as long as they're winning, it's like, I think KD should be able to exercise his free agency just like any player in the NBA should be allowed to do. And if that means he wants to look at teams, he should absolutely be able to do it.
Right.
3-game losing streak. Fuck this skinny motherfucker.
Yes.
How dare you tearing the chemistry down with the team, and Draymond can't shoot threes anymore, and da-da-da-da.
Yeah.
So now that they're doing fine and Steph is realized he's going to put them on their fucking back and drop 48 points whenever he wants.
Right.
I think you're going to see smooth sailing. You even see towards in the end of that game. I don't know if you were watching any of it. But KD deferring to Steph in the clutch.
Which game?
The game against the Mavs.
Okay, see, I ended up not watching the end of the game, but
because they were playing. Mavs were playing great. Luka's the fucking
tight.
truth. He really is, and you knew he wanted it.
Yeah.
But end of the third quarter, dropped that 3-ball right in KD's eye.
That was beautiful.
I mean, the kid is nice.
Yeah.
The kid is really nice.
I get worried because it's like this can't. He's 19, so he should keep getting better. But this seems too good to be true, right? Like,
bro, let him cook.
When was the last 19-year-old that came in like this?
You know what? Here's what I'll say. He's white, so the athletics aren't going to get that much better.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he's not going to just get crazy swole and just kind of like diesel. That's what he's going to look like.
He looks to me a little like he's not lean. Like, he could lean out, I think, with proper diet and...
Yeah, he could possibly lean out. My feeling is like I wouldn't want him to lose weight. Yeah. If anything, I'd want him to you could bulk up and add muscle, but don't lose because he needs to bang.
Yeah,
you know, it's like the guy Joker on not Joker Djokovic. What is Djokovic?
Djokovic?
Yeah, Djokovic on the Nuggets.
Oh no.
What's his name?
I'm Djokovic's tennis player. What's the?
I can't believe I can't remember this fucking guy's name. What's his name on the Nuggets?
Kaz. Where's Kaz when you need him?
The
center.
My God. Yeah. Let me just look it up real quick.
Jokic?
It's something. It's almost that.
He's too many.
Yusuf Nurkic. Nurkic?
You talking about the center? Or you talking about Nurkic is another guy?
No, that's it. Nikola Jokic.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Jokic. Yeah. Nikola Jokic. Okay, Nikola Jokic. He's built like a butcher, right? Like he looks like when you walk in and you need sliced meat and you go, let me get a quarter pound of salami.
Yeah, blue collar ass motherfucker.
Son, can I get a half pound of prosciutto? And he looks at you, half pound of prosciutto, you want anything else? He goes, let me get some mozzarella. Okay. Like you imagine with the white apron and a white Hanes shirt. Tell me his body, if you put a white apron and a white Hanes shirt on him, nothing has ever been fit so perfectly in his entire life. He looks odd. The only reason jerseys look good on him is because the apron is somewhat jersey-esque.
Oh my God, those little so funny.
Totally true. Right? He's a baker. The guy looks like a baker. He looks like any sort of food preparation person, but he's
a sous chef.
That's it, sous chef. Can I get a Caesar salad? Coming right up. Absolutely. Like he knows how to take the right amount of flour in a pinch formation, throw it on the thing, and then roll the bread on it.
Yeah. Oh, okay, for sure.
Do you know what I'm saying?
I could definitely see him. I'm picturing in my mind he's throwing the pizza dough in the air.
He's got the dough right here, but the dough is going to stick to the table. So he takes a pinch of flour, but not too much. Boom, throws it down.
Like Emerald.
Spice Bay. That's what it is. Okay? He's Flour Bay. And then he just rolls that shit up right there.
Flour Bay.
He's Flour Bay.
That's his nickname.
Son, if you go to his house and he's like, you want a croissant? He's making that croissant from scratch. Like, you're like, why are you getting out eggs? He's like, nah, I got this, don't worry.
When he asks, it's because he's already making them when you walk in. You walk in the kitchen, he's just wearing a little apron, a little hat, and he's just rolling out the dough. Yeah.
He goes, hey, come right in, I'll be with you in a sec. And you're like, what do you got doing back there? And he's wearing the apron but with no underwear. You just see his butt cheeks. He's like, I like to cook in the nude.
Brings out the little tray with the lemonade. Little glass for you.
Be my guest, but the service does it dance. That's Jokic. That being said, I don't want him losing that body.
Right.
Because he got a bang still.
Okay.
Like even these Euros, I think it's diet related.
Yeah, their diet is dog shit.
You know how like Mexicans didn't start getting ab muscles until they moved to America?
No, they were like 4 feet tall until they moved to America.
Dude, that's where the chocolate factory was. Like people yo, that's funny as fuck, son.
Oh my God.
The Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like, where did he get the workers for the chocolate factory? He was the first person to bring a caravan of illegals into America, son, or England, or whatever. Yo, son.
Oh my God.
I'm done. Anyway, orale, pocos pero locos, eh? Viva la raza.
Oh man.
So, where were we?
Fucking Luka's body.
Let them stay that way. Marc Gasol, Pau Gasol never got defined. They're not Plumlees.
Mark lost mad weight, though.
He did, but they never get shredded. They don't have the food to get shredded there. I truly believe that. Right. They eat like pasta and shit like that.
But once you come here, can't you eat this food and get shredded?
I don't know how much your body type can change after you're an adult.
Look at 19, though.
He might be able to.
Yeah.
He might be able to, but like, if you look at them Plumlee boys, that's some corn-fed white boy, bro. That's some fucking
farm.
like...
They've been throwing hay bales
red
and shit.
Meat, fam. Yeah, that's red meat.
Oh,
that's
steak.
steak.
Killing the cow on site.
On site. Naming the cow. Growing up with it. Killing it.
Old Yeller, that little motherfucker.
Eating that motherfucker, son. They didn't even eat Old Yeller. That's savage. Him in the
head, just bang.
These farmers that be naming the animals they eat.
It's wild.
That's next level.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Hey, man, they got heart.
And they eat it. They be eating the fucking cows that they... Bro, whatever. Doesn't matter. That's a different body type. But these Euros, you just got to let them live. That's why I wouldn't be worried if I'm you.
Okay, fair enough. This is different. What Luke is doing is different. But I remember Michael Carter Williams, rookie year, we're like, this kid is something else. And then you just never heard from him again.
His issue was he couldn't shoot.
Luka don't have that issue.
Luka, and that was what we were all worried about with Luka. So the thing with Michael Carter Williams...
I remember the only basketball source I have, who you obviously know, he was saying Luka's not laterally quick enough. That's what I thought.
So that was the knock.
Luka looked heavier to me when I watched his European highlights.
Probably was.
He looked a little fatter, and he just looked kind of slow.
He was, but
that step back is...
So here's the thing about a step back. It makes up for lack of speed,
yeah.
One. It allows you to corral the ball and get the shot up. Like, the step back is just creating distance that isn't there.
Right.
You don't need a step back if you can cross someone over and pull up.
If you're just quicker than
think about it. Steph doesn't need a step back.
Yeah.
You've seen him step back once. He got called for travel.
Right.
Right? But he can get the ball up that quick.
Yeah.
Luka knows that he needs he's a slow release.
Yeah.
He needs a certain amount of time to get that ball in the air.
Right.
And one way of getting that amount of time is creating that distance.
Right.
And
good point.
But what I would say about the lateral quickness is he knows he's slow. That's why he does double moves. So he'll do in and out.
Right.
Go in and out move.
Yeah.
Go in the direction that he's supposed to. One step, then behind the back.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I can picture that, yeah.
A fast guy like Iverson,
right.
Cross, I'm by you.
Yeah.
Steph, Hezzy, I'm by you.
Right.
Luka's not one move, I'm by you.
No.
It's a move off of a move.
Yeah.
Because you're going to stop my first move. I'm not quick enough.
That makes sense.
But that second, I can move.
That makes sense.
I think that's where you'll be fine.
Also, a setback seems like if I can't drive past you, one step, and now we got separation.
Boom. That's it.
There we go. You got a nice little floater, good passer.
Dude, he's fine. He's in the best culture, too. Like, you keep Dirk around specifically to, like, protect him, make sure that Dennis Smith doesn't, poison the well.
Yeah.
And
they'll trade Dennis Smith in a heartbeat.
Oh, they just got to build that stock up so someone goes after it.
I think he could be a good six-man. I don't know if his attitude is, if it is definitively still bad, that's a problem. But I think a guy who doesn't seem to have basketball IQ and is athletic, that's your perfect six-man.
Dude, if he is in the best culture, succeed. If he doesn't succeed with the Mavs, he won't succeed anywhere.
Right.
Plain and simple.
Right.
Unless he goes to a shitty team and he's fine putting up big numbers on a shitty losing team. But in terms of like getting the most out of him and having that, he's a very skilled player. He just has little shit. Like, I remember when he got his tooth knocked out and he was like, nah, I had to get the tooth back in. I mean, ladies are going to see this. Like,
yeah.
You're a millionaire. You don't need teeth, bro.
No, you don't.
You literally need 0 teeth.
That's what we were talking about earlier.
Did we say that?
No, basically, if you're rich, you don't have to flex like everybody else.
Yes.
If you're rich, I don't need all this. I don't need this fake tooth. I don't need this nothing. I'm good. I'm good.
Dude, teeth are for poor people. Teeth are for poor people.
Arms, whatever. It's all poor people
jewelry,
shit.
Big dick. Slinging that big old poor dick.
I don't like give a fuck.
These bitches married to rich people care about inches of dick.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'll buy someone's dick.
Give me a house. My homie said, fucking dick, you know what stays hard? A roof.
Hey, you want to feel uncomfortable, bitch? Here's 3 stories of house to walk up. Okay? You know what you can't walk up with some big dick? 3 stories. Okay?
Let this fill you up.
Yeah.
This big ass house. Why don't you come inside of this big ass house?
It's so true. It's so
I'll come
stupid.
inside of you after.
Bro. I was thinking about like why. I was really thinking about like why like certain white people are so swagless, and it's like because they're just wealthy. They don't have to be.
For what?
Like cool is a poor thing.
Yeah.
Cool is a poor thing because you have to be cool.
That's what we were saying earlier too. Rich people don't dress well.
But it's not even like it's like rich people could dress well or could not dress well. It doesn't matter. Right. They don't need it. Like if you're poor and you need to get pussy still, you got to focus on the things you can control.
The intangibles.
Intangibles. Gift of gab. Cool. Making things swag. Making all that kind of shit. I mean, that's why you see poorer cultures are always cooler. Like they got fucking dude. Their slang is dope. Yeah. Like even go to England, the posh people,
whack,
no swag. The poor people, like them fucking Manchester or whatever, or like the what is it, the Lock, Stock, Two Smoking Barrels, the Snatch, like the Cockney accent. They got cool sayings, funny words. Yep. Do you know what I mean? Like there's ways that they have to invent bravado to make up for the fact that there's no money.
Yeah. That's like a basketball player who doesn't have tools has to be good at intangible things.
Boom.
I got to be a good leader. I got to be a good team player. Brian Cardinal.
Nick Collison.
Motherfucking Nick Collison. Number 4! I think he's number 4! I think he's number 4, fam. I think.
Look, I don't know what the fuck number he is, look. But point is...
He basketball poor.
He is basketball... No, he's basketball rich.
Okay.
Or wait, what is it?
He's basketball poor.
He's basketball poor. My bad. Yeah. But that is the thing about swag and cool. Like if you look at people don't realize it, but like if you look at like poor white folks, like them cowboys and shit like that, they're swagged out.
Oh, swagged out as fuck. I know. But
we don't realize it. But like the belt buckle, that's their chain. The cowboy boots, that's their Jordans.
Spurs on that shit.
Spurs on it. It's like it's subtle flexing to make up for the fact that they don't got money.
The farm's losing everything.
Yo, think about the tricks they do with the lasso. You don't do that if you rich. You think you lassoing all day if you rich? No, you just go, hey, you poor motherfucker, go get my cattle.
Yo.
Go get my cattle.
Not even that. You just go to the fucking Roost Chris and you get a big ass steak and you don't even think about it. Yeah.
Right? But like think of it, it's something you develop out of necessity. How do I get some pussy? How do I get pussy? I ain't got money. I know that's what they like more than anything. I'm going to do this cool shit.
I'm going to swag these ladies into it.
Son, you know how monkeys get pussy? This is dope. The monkey that's not the strongest is basically money.
Right. Yeah,
right?
True.
Because back when you...
alpha,
exactly. Like we turn money into strength. Right. Sorry, we turn strength into money. Right. It transition. Like money is equal strength, right? Because with money, I can buy 5 guys to beat you up.
Right.
Right? But monkeys, they still got to be the most alpha.
Right.
The most strong. So you know what the other motherfuckers do that ain't alpha and strong? Some of these monkeys are afraid of the water. So you know what the male monkey does? Goes for a swim.
Oh, shit.
He's like, hey, bitches, look at me.
Flex.
Y'all.
Look at me cooling in the pool.
Look at me. Living my best life. Look at, y'all afraid of water?
That's why Duval had to be a philosopher.
Boom.
That's why he had to be funny, genius.
Boom.
Because he 5'2".
I told him that. Yo, it's so true. But it's like, you gotta do more. You gotta figure it out.
Right.
And the fact that monkeys realize that there's literally video of this alpha, these two, they would go back and forth. One is brolic ass monkey, and the other one a small monkey. It was mad smart. And whenever the brolic one would take over the crew and be like, yo, I'm the guy, small one would just roll up in the water, start bathing in that shit, throwing it over his face, jumping around. And and then the big brolic monkey looks pussy.
Yeah. He's
cucked.
Right.
Got your bitches looking at me.
Yeah.
You know who's gonna drive me off later? Your bitches. That's who's gonna drive me off later, motherfucker. That's what
my banana later. Motherfucker. Get ready. All them muscles ain't for shit.
Real talk.
Like a bitch in the water.
Real talk.
You say that to the girls. You got all these muscles. What's that for?
What's that for? You can't swim?
What are you gonna do if there's a fire? You know, I can take you to the water.
Yeah. Oh, y'all thirsty? Y'all thirsty, y'all? Any y'all thirsty? Y'all want some water?
You want me to buy you a drink?
Hey, you want
me to get you a drink? I'll get you a drink.
Why don't you have him come out here and get the good water? The good water is a little deep. Why don't you go get the... Oh, you drinking shallow water? Oh, that's what you went to some shallow water. Yeah, I just drink deep water. Yeah. Little shit.
Yeah.
That's some real like human nature shit right there.
You're right. So if you see somebody with no swag, marry that guy. He rich.
Well, you damn right about that. Absolutely.
Yeah, you marry that guy. Yeah. Rich.
Next time you see someone no swag, Figure out why, ladies. There's a reason.
Yeah.
And it's going to create comfort for you. Ooh. Real talk.
Hell yeah.
There's something to it. I think it's an interesting theory.
I agree.
Okay, what else? Man, we've been giving out some bars today, man.
Yo, you want to talk Blake Griffin and Steve Ballmer, Michael Bennett and the camera guy?
Let's talk about Blake Griffin and Steve Ballmer. So
funny.
For those of you guys who don't know, so Steve Ballmer is the owner of the Clippers.
Yep.
He gives Blake Griffin a Supermax deal.
Yep.
Tells Blake Griffin that he's the face of the franchise. We never trade you. We love you. We want to build around you. We want to do everything. Blake plays on the team for a little bit. Did they play for a whole year?
Yeah, they
play for a whole year.
I think.
And or did they just play for the beginning of this year?
Oh no,
I forget.
He got traded last year. Basically,
Blake's being insubordinate. He's calling his own plays. He's doing whatever the fuck he wants, etc. He's not doing anything. And I guess word gets back to Ballmer. I don't know if Ballmer okayed this with Doc or not, but trades his ass. Also trades Austin Rivers. So probably did not speak to Doc.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Or okays the trade. I mean, his president is who makes the thing, but okays the trade. Trades Blake Griffin to Detroit, where he's having a phenomenal season.
He really is.
He learned how to shoot the ball. He never shot the ball well his whole career. And it's funny, is I was doing a film with him for Whitney Cummings, The Female Brain. We have this scene together, and we were just talking while we were eating, and we were talking about, I think, Ben Simmons. And he was like, and I was like, yeah, but he can't shoot. And he was like, yeah, but you can learn how to shoot. And I look at him, and I'm just thinking the whole time, like, when you gonna learn how to shoot, motherfucker? Like, let's go, step it up. No, of course not. I was like, yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I never thought of it that way.
Yeah, I had to be professional. We were working. I also did not have the Flagrant 2 podcast at the point.
For sure.
So, boom, gets traded to Detroit.
Shows out
playing ball. They have their first game back in LA playing against the Clippers. Yep. He's warming up pregame. Steve Ballmer walks over to shake his hand, extends his hand. Griffin runs right by him back into the locker room. Griffin claims that he does this exact same run every single time after his warm up, which could be possibly true. Mm-hmm. I think there's clear indication that Griffin sees Ballmer.
Yeah.
Does not want to shake his hand and then runs into the room. Just tries to stun him.
I agree.
Let's put things in perspective here. You didn't get fired from your job. You got traded to another team that's still going to pay you $200 million.
This is true.
To be upset that you're getting paid $200 million to play basketball in Detroit instead of LA is the epitome of first world problems.
You know who wouldn't do some shit like that? Nick Collison.
Oh, no, not at all. Because he would never get paid $200 million. Maybe they're putting his jersey there just because they saved so much money on him for his career. Maybe that was part of the contract.
Oh, just league minimum.
Literally, they could use the jersey they gave him for last year.
It's untainted.
It's untainted.
This shit is laundry fresh. It still smells like Gain. Smells like
not a wrinkle in it.
Summer mist.
Hey, y'all, don't even bother getting a new one. Just hang my original one up because I haven't put it on yet. It's still just hanging in the locker.
Unsullied. Like a fucking Game of Thrones soldier.
Oh, shit. So he's making this big deal. It's personal. They asked him, would you not shake his hand? And he goes, I don't like to talk about hypotheticals. The motherfucker made sure that you're making $200 million.
Yeah.
Whether you like it or not. It's a guarantee you're making $200 million.
I'm going to be honest with you, too. Best thing that happened to Blake Griffin is he goes to a small market.
Oh, absolutely.
Blake Griffin seems better in a small market.
Way, way better.
He seems like a team leader now.
Ironically, Ben Simmons is fucking his ex-girlfriend.
Oh, that's so funny.
Maybe he shouldn't have been telling Kendall and everybody else that he can shoot eventually. It's just shooting.
He's shooting now.
He's definitely shooting.
Splash,
shot,
splash.
been shot.
Splash, my friend.
Kendall was discussing with Chris because they talk about all their relationships, and she's like, Chris is probably like, listen, I don't know if he's ever going to develop a jump shot. It might not be the best thing for the family. And Kendall's just like, Blake did say that it's just shooting and you can develop it. Yeah. Apparently, you can develop it after you break up with a Kardashian.
Oh, for sure.
Everything good happens after breaking up.
You got to get out. Ben got to get out, man. He want to shoot.
Hey,
that's the move.
Fuck out of here.
Get out
now.
Literally get out. Literally get out. My man, you got to get out
immediately. So what do we have to say about what is the general feeling? Is there something annoying as a fan of a player being upset at a trade? Like, how can you not have some gratitude for what you get? Like, DeMar DeRozan still bitching about not being on Toronto anymore. Shut the fuck up. If you love Toronto so much, DeMar DeRozan, where do you live in the off season? Huh? Where do you live?
Does he not live in Toronto?
L.A.
Oh, wow.
If you love Toronto so much, why is the second the basketball season is over, you're in L.A.? Now, granted, you got your family in L.A., absolutely. And there's no way you make enough money to move them to Toronto. That's not a possibility at all.
No.
But are we to be blamed at all, Akaash, for being slightly perturbed?
I get it. I also kind of get their point. Because it's like
please help me understand this.
The owners talk to you as if you're friends and whatever, and then you realize, oh, you're not a friend. We're not friends. I'm just an asset to you.
Hold on one second.
Now, there is a level.
Akaash, let me ask you a question. Are you saying to me that it is possible billionaires lie?
Agreed.
That maybe these billionaires who quite literally have had to destroy lives to achieve the level of success that they've managed to achieve in their lifetime are willing to tell a little fib.
I agree.
To an NBA athlete who probably has 1 year of college education under his belt.
I agree. These guys got to grow up. You got to grow up. But we tell this to artists all the time. This is show business. Mm-hmm. If you're not producing on the business end, you can't expect. I used to tell my agency, I ended up leaving them, but I used to tell them, listen, if I'm not producing, you get rid of me. I get that this is a business. I'm not fucking naive about this.
Right.
I know how that works. So I think, these guys can grow up.
Grow the fuck up. I'm sorry, dude. It's like,
I get where they're coming from, but grow up. That's the best way to put it.
Hey, if you get cut and you don't, like when NFL players get cut.
That sucks.
Dude, my heart is with you, dog, because you're not getting that money that you want, that you were told you were going to get.
Yeah.
They do cold shit to NFL players. So I'm with you. And you're putting your life on the line. You're putting your health on the line. I'm sure there's games that season where you went in and you were like, yo, my knee's kind of fucked up. I don't know if I should play. And they're like, we'll give you some pain blockers.
Yeah, you just get a little shot, you'll be good.
And then you tore your ACL. And then they cut you. And it's like, you motherfucking scumbags.
100%.
But baseball or
Miko
basketball?
Right about that.
Miko 100% right about that. But baseball or basketball, son, where I'm guaranteed the $200 million, whether I'm playing in LA or I'm playing in fucking Beijing, I'm guaranteed that $200. I'll figure it out, fam. I will figure it out. Oh, it's cold in Detroit. I'm pretty sure you can afford an apartment with centralized heat. I think you could get that done.
I'll tell you what, that $200 million is like $800 million in Detroit.
Oh my God, yes it is.
I went to Detroit a month ago.
Sorry about that.
I didn't mind. I'll tell you what though, the show still hasn't paid us. It's a broke ass city. But I'll tell you what else. We saw Creed. You know how much? Did I tell you how much we paid to go see Creed?
$8.
$4. If we want the seats, the movie theater with the reclining seats, it wasn't on the way to the airport, so we couldn't go. You know how much that was?
$12.
$5.
And you complained about being in Detroit.
I'm saying. You could buy the fucking movie theater for $12.
Son, you get the same 82 games. You get to spend 41 of those games, by the way, in other cities.
That's true.
So you're only spending 41 games and the days around in Detroit. The rest of the year you could live in LA or you're in these other cities.
Also, he saved you a relationship with a Kardashian.
Facts.
Bro, this is the best thing that ever happened to you.
Facts.
I'm telling you, Blake Griffin needs small markets. If he leaves and he goes to Miami.
Blake's dick is trash, son. Because Kardashians be traveling to shitty destinations for their men.
Who?
Khloe went to Cleveland.
Yeah, but that's Khloe, fam.
Oh, you're saying she don't got it?
Because she ugly.
Are you saying that there's a type of makeup that might be out there?
No, not for Khloe. Not for Khloe, bro. Give me that girl over Khloe.
Son, that's so foul that these makeup companies did that, bro.
Chloe need the same curse Cameron Diaz had in Shrek to make her beautiful.
What happened?
Remember Cameron Diaz started off as this beautiful princess?
Oh, you watch kids movies, bro?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not a pedophile.
Oh, you missing out, fam. You missing the fuck out. I'll tell you what.
Yo, Kurt Metzger got a funny joke where he was like, I was watching Toy Story 3, and he goes, on a plane. I didn't go to the theater.
Toy Story 3 slaps, though.
Son, I stand by them cartoon movies.
Yeah.
Because the acting's always perfect.
Yeah.
Because you can draw it.
It's amazing.
Like, you can't be a bad actor if it's cartoon.
That's true.
Right? Like, we can deliver lines shitty, and we've both done it.
Yeah, for sure.
But the cartoon, you just adjust the face to give whatever emotion that you want.
Exactly what you want. Tell the guy to adjust the read a little bit.
It's really like the director is everything in that.
The director, yeah. I mean, the artist.
Well, because the director's telling the artist, I need a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yo, directors for cartoon movies, they don't get enough credit, bro.
I guess you're right, Doug.
They are the ones conveying, like, because, you know, I did this photo shoot. I never do these things, but I did this photo shoot for this magazine, right? And
what magazine? Out?
It's called... No.
Pretty hot and glamorous?
Guys, if you don't know what Out magazine is, Out is a what is it called? I don't know, Indian it's like an Indian specialty mag. It's like the most popular magazine to like Indian people, and people are proud of India. So go Google Out magazine, and
I'm jealous.
That's what they really, they really.
I'm mad jealous.
Yeah, I know. I totally understand. So
so you did your Out magazine spread. Tell us about it.
So I did my Out magazine spread, literally spread, and
yeah, I use that word intentionally.
Let's get to the bottom of this now.
Yo, hold on, I gotta tell this asshole story.
Go.
So my homie is an asshole. I'm not gonna say his name for fear that he might, I don't know, get in trouble or whatever.
About it.
No, he's my homie.
What's his first name?
Aziz. So he said he went to a party.
Is his name really Aziz? His first name?
Yeah. So he said he went to.
By the way, guys, it's not Aziz Ansari.
No.
Akaash is not friends with any brown people more famous than him. He is too jealous and hateful.
You know what? I'm trying to think if I am.
Nah, son, you be hating these brown motherfuckers once they make it.
Nimesh and I are cool. That's my guy.
But he's not publicly famous, Nimesh.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He's behind the scenes.
But you know most of these motherfuckers, and I don't think you're friends with them either. I feel like if I give every brown person.
I'm loyal to you. I'm loyal to you, bro. Whoever you friends with, we friends with.
And if I'm not, fuck
you're not friends, bro.
That's what's up.
You know what I mean? Simple as that.
So this guy said he saw.
Except, no, I'm sorry.
This guy was at a party, and he's telling me, first of all, Jerry Jones, all the Jones family walked in. They're laughing, yucking it up right after they lost to the Rams. I'm annoyed.
Billionaire.
Fair enough. He said OBJ posted up here, and then he goes, I didn't peg him as the type to come to this establishment, which is already very funny. Then he said he was drunk. He texted me the next day. This poofy hair, Canadian tuxedo wearing ass, standing with a dude, looked at us and asked if we had condoms. I looked him dead in the face, straight faced, and said, "Put it in the ass raw."
How'd he respond?
I ain't 19 no more.
That's what OBJ said?
Ain't that dope? I have no respect for OBJ after that. Didn't flinch, just I ain't 19 no more.
Yo, son. Yo. Hey, Saquon, you need help with those squats? You need a spot, bro?
He was drunk texting me, so I don't know if it's the wording is off. He said if he meant to say this dude, but it text is standing with a dude. But very funny response from OBJ either way.
Bro, that's hysterical.
I ain't 19 no more.
That's hysterical.
Isn't that funny?
Dude, that is so fucking funny.
I'm proud of my boy for saying that shit to him.
So who was he rawing at 19 years old?
I don't know.
I mean, he was at LSU, right?
Yeah.
So Jarvis
quarterback.
Yo, we got to talk to Jarvis, bro. Yo.
Yeah, Jarvis Landry was at LSU too?
I mean, not only was he at LSU, he was a great receiver. So we might have to figure
wide receiver.
Well, maybe afterwards.
But he started as a tight end. Oh my God.
Funny how you can be a tight end in college, and by the time you make it to the league, you're just a wide receiver. Things just are bigger in the league, aren't they?
Oh man.
Anyway, what was I saying before?
I don't remember.
No, I inspired this. I was about to tell you a story.
Yeah, sorry. Fuck, I don't remember. Oh, you're doing magazine spread.
Yes. I usually never do these things. Even if an offer comes in or anything like that, I don't think they're good. It's not out magic. It's departures. It's the one when you're in Delta. It's one thing. It's an American Express thing, but they put it out quarterly. And it's the one when
you did an airplane magazine?
Yeah, an airplane magazine.
Yo, somebody please send me that if you fly Delta.
I don't know when it's out. It's going to be out, whatever. But I did it with a bunch of other comedians. And what's funny is I was actually the diversity hire.
Oh, fuck.
So I was the only straight white male comedian.
That's an honor.
Yeah, I guess kind of. Everybody else in it was either, what's that, man? Everybody else in it was either gay or minority or a woman.
Right.
Right. And they told me that. They were kind of like said it joking, but they were serious.
Right.
But the reason I never do these things, I think that's like the downfall for a lot of people. It's the second you co-sign someone saying how great you are.
We talked about this, yeah.
I don't know if we spent it on this podcast though. Have we?
No.
But the idea essentially is like, the second you co-sign somebody saying how great, if you want to do an article for me for some magazine, sure, that's fine. But the second I go on the magazine and I'm like, I agree with how great this person is saying I am.
Setting yourself up for failure.
Because it's like, motherfucker, how much credit you need? I got my people. I got my tribe. I got my army. You know what I mean? That's all I give a fuck about.
Which is dope of you, because I don't know that I'm saying that because I don't know if I would. I think I'd be like, yeah, give me a little.
Son, you need a certain amount of buzz to go. But you can also get that by just not doing it. Like the guy was genuine, and he seemed like a good guy. And I was like, you know what? I think I sense good vibes from you, and I appreciate that, and I'll do it. But I told him, I was like, bro, I don't usually do these types of things. Right. I'm just not.
I think the move is always, and this we talked about this. It makes you like cooler and more. Like Johnny Depp living in France before he realized all this other shit was like, it's like it makes him more famous.
Yes,
it makes him more larger than life.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're
There's
like
mystery.
If you're like, listen, I appreciate the magazines. I don't do it. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
That makes you mysterious.
Yeah.
Larger than life. That's the move.
Yeah, and also like the reason why is because like these people that do that, they want this like universal fame. I don't care about that. I care about making content for the people who fuck with me.
But it almost helps you get closer to universal fame. If you were just, you're not thinking this, if you're just thinking, I just want to pimp it.
No. I'm saying they want universal fame.
Yeah.
I don't want it.
I know.
So it's not worth me doing it and the potential backlash that comes with it.
Yeah. I was thinking, even in a way, it even almost kind of makes you more famous to be the guy who's like, I don't want it. Like Marlon Brando won an Oscar for like The Godfather.
Sure.
Want it.
But it's fame or success, whatever, on your terms.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: when you say no to these things, nobody knows.
Right.
Like I say no to shit, decent amount.
Right.
But like nobody knows that I say no to it.
Right.
It's just one of those things where like I hit a point in my life where like I realize exactly what I want to do and exactly the content I want to make and who I want to make it for.
Right.
And if I'm going to do some big article or whatever like that, I'm basically asking all these other people to get into what I'm doing. And my feeling is I don't need to ask. If you want to write about it, then you can write about it. I can't stop you from writing about me.
Right.
But the second I'm like, hey, look how great I am, or anybody does, whenever you see these write-ups, and it's just like immediately like, oh, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know, just why do you need more? Just take what you have, take what you're getting, and if more things come, that's great. Be grateful for it.
Right.
I don't know why the fuck I brought this up.
It's a magazine article. We were talking about Detroit. We were talking about Blake Griffin. We were talking about the Kardashians.
God, I'm so confused today. But anyway, point is, whatever. I was the diversity hire on it, and I thought that was kind of funny, like how much, if you want to talk about the entertainment industry shifting.
Yeah.
That like we say it as a sarcastic joke, where it's like we're like, oh, there's a push for diversity. We think it's like a sarcastic thing, but to have the booker of the thing tell me to my face, you're actually technically a diversity. We needed like a straight white male. Yeah, like half joking, but also I was the only one there.
But also they do need they need one straight white guy, so it's not obvious. Yeah, and even that this is a different thing, but we've talked about my views on this whole thing, right? Which is back when we weren't getting a fair shake. Yeah. Minority's point was just hire the best person for the job. That's all we want. Oh, yes. Now that it's tilted in our favor, we're not saying, hey, guys, this is actually unfair. Even if it's in our favor, that's not right. Mm-hmm. Now they're looking at white guys like, oh, I'm sorry, poor white guy. Is it hard for you? And now you just became the white guy you hate. And that bothers me. I still want the best person to get it, and I want to be the best person. Right, that's it. Oh, you're saying the minority became the white guy. You became white dudes, and now you're just shitting on the white guys who can't get jobs. Like, oh, I'm sorry. Is it hard for you finally? You're just being the white douchebag that you hated forever who wouldn't.
That's what I love is like I think once people get into these positions of power, they totally understand power. It's like what we were talking about before, like the poor people, deciding how much rich people should get taxed.
Right.
It's like, of course, that's what you think.
Yeah.
You don't make money. It's just like, of course, if you didn't have any power, you know what you would do if you had it. And then when you get it, you realize, oh, shit, I want to keep this power.
Ooh, there's this interesting sports tie-in here.
Go.
You brought up earlier, you touched on. What do you think about all these coaching hires? Did you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah. Okay, so there's this big issue with the with like these NFL coaches and like how there not enough diversity in the new hires.
3 black head coaches got fired. 0 black head coaches got hired.
Right. So I guess what I'm trying to understand is, without having any knowledge of these coaches being hired and minimal knowledge of these coaches being fired.
Right.
Are you not you, but the people who are insinuating the racism here, are you making the argument that a franchise would purposely hire a worse coach and because of that lower the value of said franchise because of their hatred for African Americans? Is that the assumption?
I think the argument, and this has happened in the past, and that's why they had to put in, you know what the Rooney Rule is?
Yeah.
The reason the Rooney Rule had to come in is because they wouldn't hire
Say the Rooney Rule to everybody doesn't know.
The Rooney Rule is anytime you have a head coaching vacancy and you're interviewing people, you have to interview one black person.
Right, and the Rooney Rule is made off of the Rooneys are a family that own the Giants and the Steelers.
Yes.
And they're also that Mara Rooney or whatever actress is, uncles or whatever. But yeah.
But so that, that's a rule that is in place. So a black head coach will get an interview, or a black coach will get an interview, but they're not getting hired. The idea is also, even if it's not for this job, his name is out there for future jobs.
Dude, I love the Rooney Rule's great.
Solid.
It's what we always talk about. It's like you want to make sure there's an even playing ground, but in order for the playing ground to be even, everybody has to have a playing ground.
Now, a lot of people say there's a better way to do it. I'm not saying it's perfect.
Sure, there's always better ways.
Open the door for something.
You're trying.
I think there might be a bias of, this black coach can't be as good as a white coach.
Right.
I don't think they think, he's better, but fuck that, I don't want a black guy. I think they think the bias. And the racism exists, but I don't think it applies this year. This year, the bias is toward offensive QBs. 2 defensive coordinators got hired. I don't remember the second one. The first one is the Bears defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
The Bears defense was fucking insane, and people were surprised the Broncos hired this guy. Everybody else is just an offensive guy. Cliff Kingsbury, which was the craziest hire to everybody, was the coach of the Texas Tech Red Raiders in Lubbock. They're not good, but Baker Mayfield played there, so he had a hand in Baker Mayfield. Yeah. Patrick Mahomes played there, so he had a hand in Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So you're looking at this guy, and you think, we got Josh Rosen, this QB. The most important thing right now is developing this QB. I don't think it's a good decision, but their thought is, let's get this guy who's a QB guy to come be the head coach.
There's a saying that you probably heard of. It's those that can't do, teach.
Yeah.
Can you name a group of people that can't do athletic things more than balding white men?
It's so funny.
I'm just saying, if I needed to pick somebody, right, on a team to coach a basketball team, it's not going to be the 7-foot center.
No.
It's going to be the 5'11" point guard.
Kerr.
It's going to be the Steve Kerr. It's going to be the guy who it's Muggsy Bogues. It's going to be who was the point guard for San Antonio Spurs growing up when we were kids. Avery Johnson. It's going to be the guy who had almost zero athleticism. Bowen actually had natural athleticism. I'm talking about the short guys, Ty Lue, the guys who had to literally, Jeff Van Gundy, the guys who were not built for this game, but had to figure out every single tiny little advantage, who had to, like TJ McConnell, after he's done playing in a few years, is going to be a great coach because he's so limited physically. He's had to learn every little bit of the game to get an advantage. Right. You know who's not going to be a good coach? Ben Simmons.
No.
Okay? Now, he could be, but he's not going to know. It's rare you get somebody who's as gifted as LeBron and knows the game as well, too.
Yeah.
Because you don't have to. It's like a hot chick that's funny.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
Yeah, what the fuck
LeBron doesn't have to know about defensive schemes.
Right.
He just jumps over the scheme and dunks on your face. Right?
Right.
Like Steph Curry doesn't have to know how to attack a zone defense perfectly. He just steps back from 40 feet and throws a fucking 3 up. Splashes
Jackson
it.
Has to know.
Mark Jackson has to know everything. So these are the people in my personal... Listen, Phil Jackson was not an amazing basketball player, but he was a great teammate, and he understood the game, and that's what we do. So if we're looking at people who had to study the fuck out of every little tiny bit of minutia of the game, it's not going to be Deion Sanders.
No.
It's not going to be the most athletically, brilliantly gifted people. Is Michael Jordan a great coach? No. Is he even a great owner? No.
Because he doesn't know. Because he doesn't see these things. He's just so athletic and so competitive. I will say this. There's the Cowboys defensive coordinator, Chris Richard, got a lot of interviews.
Yeah.
He's probably good enough to be a head coach, but everybody just went offense this year. I bet once this trend dies down, because everybody wants the next Sean McVay, and to their point, the top 4 teams left are all good offensive teams. The Ravens, great defense. They got booted.
Right.
Cowboys, great defense. Got destroyed by Sean McVay. All the great defenses that made it are gone.
So we're looking for some offense.
So offense is the name of the game right now.
Right.
I think Byron Leftwich will get a job. He seems like
yeah,
he's moving up the ranks.
he was shitty enough as a quarterback that he might understand what it takes to be a good quarterback. It's like the guy, Brian Hoyer, who's apparently like the best guy at looking at film. He's a shit quarterback.
That's all he has.
Because all he does is look at the film, but he stays around because he has to understand the game to get that much of an advantage.
He's
Do you know what I mean?
a great coach.
It's like, what are you going to truly ask Cam Newton to like educate us about the quarterback position? Like, how can you teach me to be 6'6" and the most physically gifted, a quarterback specimen in history?
Does Bill Belichick isn't the greatest coach ever because he's white. He's the greatest coach ever because he's short and fat and probably useless when he played football, so he had to figure out how to be good.
Yeah. Really? Like, so I think there is something to it. And I think what you're going to eventually find is you're going to find that these great coaches ended up being mediocre talent. And guess what? There's a whole lot of mediocre black talent out there that's going to turn out to be amazing head coaches.
They'll work their way up the ranks. Once you go back defense too.
There will. It's without a doubt. And maybe the defensive switch. Now, we got to get out of here because Horrible's coming in right now. Real quick before we get out of here, I want to ask you this. What do you think is more fun to play, offense or defense in football?
Defense.
Without a doubt. Why?
I don't know. Cornerback just seems so fucking fun. You're just out there for the most part on your island. You just it's just you and him and let's go. And like, to me, somehow the rush of breaking up a touchdown is almost better than the rush of catching a touchdown.
Fair enough.
I don't know why, though.
My feeling of this, it would be more fun to play the whole game. Not saying what happens when you make a play, but just being wide receiver. Being wide receiver is like being at the club and your girlfriend's like really flirty. And like every once in a while she like comes and dances with you, but the majority of the time she's just like talking to dudes and shit like that. And you're like in the huddle, you're like, am I going to get some attention?
Yes.
And then, and she's like, I'm just
That's also
friendly.
True. If you're the receiver, you're getting the ball three times a game. If you're a cornerback, every time he doesn't get the ball, you won.
Exactly. Every single time, so you get some positive reinforcement. Like you're involved in every single play and it's exciting every single play. Point. Not to mention, as a wide receiver, you're just getting concussed when you land with the ball every single time, possibly, right? Running back, potential concussion every single time. Running head first into people every single time. Destroying your body.
Linebacker, lineman on the defense, same thing. Constant big hits.
Sure, but you're controlling the hit. It's my shoulder going into you. I get to choose what I want to use. You don't get to choose what gets hit.
Right.
That's up to me.
Yeah.
I truly think, even though it's less glorious, playing defense is a way more fun part of the game. Yeah. I never wrap my head around it. Literally yesterday when I'm watching, I'm like, wow, offense is boring. What a imagine being an offensive lineman. It's exhilarating because, not exhilarating, it's like it grabs your attention and distracts you. But at the end of the day, it's like, what's the success? Oh, I just held him in front of me.
Yeah.
Imagine trying the whole game to get a sack and you get one.
Yeah, that's boring.
You can't even celebrate as an offensive lineman. Like,
you can't celebrate not getting a sack, not giving up a
sack.
There's
no
the most thankless job in sports.
Exactly. It's like by the time your team scores a touchdown, you're 40 yards. You got to run to the scene of the touchdown.
Everybody's wait for him at the bench.
Done with the celebration. How fucked up is that? Is the wide receiver scores, the rest of the wide receivers do this nice little thing where they celebrate, they got their touchdown dance, and then all these offensive linemen running like Hodor. Hold on. I want to celebrate too. Hold on. And then by the time they get there, celebration's done, cameras are gone, and they're just sweaty walking around like idiots.
Yeah.
Defense wins championships.
It's more fun.
And more fun. This has been the Flagrant 2 podcast. Keep listening. Oh, also, well, we got to go. We got to run. Sorry. We'll tell you next week. Matter of fact, or you can find out on our Patreon. Flagrant 2, it's patreon.com/flagrant2. Always exciting things that we're going to talk about there. Fun little stuff. Hopefully we get some cool how should I say, video content that we've been wanting to get for a while, and we're gonna do
shit.
Anyway, patreon.com/flagrant2. Come on board, grow the army. We love y'all. Peace.